Morning, everyone. Dave Weiner here. Um, I reinstalled the operating system. Had to do it, and things were just running so badly. And I had to do this, I don't know, about a month ago. And so I've been just cruising along, and every so often I want to do a video demo. And in installing the new OS, I lost the ability. This is life. I mean, I'm sure nobody changed any features in the software. It's just it depended on something being set, and whatever, I forgot what it was I needed set. So the first problem I had was that audio wasn't working, but I believe I've got that one solved. And then the next problem was trying to figure out how to get it to stop recording, and maybe I figured that out. Who knows? So anyway, what I want to do, very quick little demo, to just sort of catch up where we're at, is a demo of how I write a blog post. Because you've seen the one side of it, how old school, old school is just a piece of software that takes an outline and it mashes it up, or pulls the pieces, pulls it apart really, and creates a blog out of it. So the outlines really aren't that big. It's just that the job that old school does is complicated. And but it's running really nicely, and it's running in a black box up in the clouds somewhere. It's just doing its thing. I want to show you how, but for me the most important thing is the writing environment that I have for writing blog posts, and that is something called Electric Outliner. And if you were paying attention to what I was doing a couple of months ago, did Electric Pork, and then I did Electric River, I believe it was called. Electric River. Yeah, Electric Pork was basically a little pork chop in an Electron shell, which meant it ran on your desktop, which was nice for me because it used your resources instead of mine. Not that it was a particular resource hog, because for most people, they just wrote a little tweet storm and that was that. But for other people, small number of people, this was a way of spamming large numbers of people. I was really good at that. And I said, look, if you want to do that, I don't want to be part of what you're doing, but I'm not going to stop letting people use the software because some people are being real jerks about it. But you have to do that on your machine. I don't want it on mine. If you've got anyway, typical trade-off in technology, long story. The other one I did was River 5 inside of Electron Shell, which is pretty nice, and it made it possible for people to start using a River of News without having a server to install shit on, which is really nice. And this one, I've put far more time into this than all the others combined. It's called Electric Outliner. And the idea was to create an outliner that ran on your desktop and stored all the files on your desktop. And it was sort of like, let's go the next step after Dropbox. I mean, it was nice having Dropbox there, but what I really wanted, I wanted to have the files on my local hard drive. That was the thing that made it so cool. The fact that it was on Dropbox was kind of a little convenient because, because then I could share the files. It didn't turn out I was doing very much of that, and it's like really, anyway. And the cool thing is that there's no reason why Electric Outliner can't store your files in Dropbox, because it's like, it's a bigger world than just Dropbox. And believe me, this has really opened up the horizons for me. I mean, and anybody that likes outliners, I think this is it. This is finally something. You'll see it sort of unveil, but I know I haven't gotten to the demo yet. So what I want to do is simply show you how I write a blog post, right? And that's it. This is what I'm going to do. So I just click the plus sign. And, oh, right. You have to keep your eye on. I was looking up here, but the cursor was down. Let's see. Let's try that again. Yeah, that was what I was hoping would happen. I had the cursor in a different place. So this is a nice little blog post. And if you screw over here, that happened rather quick. See this thing here? That tells you whether or not the outline is saved. So here, I'll keep this in view. And here, I'll just make some changes. You can see now it says not saved, and now it says saved. That means anything that you were doing that depended on that thing being saved, once it says it's saved, you can do those things. And this outline has, it's what we call a public outline, which means that it's not just on my local hard drive, it gets published. And that's sort of the core thing about the connection to Old School. Now, Old School hasn't processed this thing yet because I don't want it to process it until I'm ready. And so if I've got all my editing shit still happening out here, this would not be something I would want you to read. But when I sort of figure, okay, I mean, it's a nice blog post, so it's fine, it's ready to go. And I have this, these are the icons. Let's see if I remember. These are the pre-programmed icons. And these down here I can add, and I've got two of them. One which is an anchor, and the other one which is a bus, and believe me, they don't mean anything at all. Because what the anchor does is just click this. You hear the beep? Did you hear that little beep sound? Now that means that, let me just see if I can show you what that means. Yeah, here's what it means. See that? That would be, that. And that's it. That's the punchline. I kind of like this idea of scrolling the shit in and out of the window because one of the things I worry about is that maybe I'll reveal something about my computers that I don't want you to know about or whatever if I make the window much bigger. So I can just do this. So with any luck, when I do my little dance thing here, I'm looking for a stop sign. I bet that's it right there. Okay, if this works, I'll talk to you later.